Kung Pao Shrimp, named for a Qing dynasty official whose title, Kung Pao, means palace guardian. This Sichuan stir-fry hits with numbing peppercorns, spicy chilies, and crunchy cashews. Press start to continue cooking.
We have some scallions, garlic, ginger. This would be cornstarch, cashews. In here we have some dried red Sichuan chilies. You can use arbol chilies as well as some Sichuan peppercorns. This is going to be Qing vinegar, which is a Chinese black rice vinegar, Shaoxing wine, which is Chinese cooking wine, honey, and Chinese light soy sauce. So to brine our shrimp for the Kung Pao shrimp, we are going to use baking soda. The baking soda is going to make the texture of the shrimp really crisp. And then we're going to use a tablespoon of kosher salt, the pound of shrimp, or 450 grams, and 2 cups of cold water. So we have our 2 cups of cold water here. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of baking soda and 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. So we're gonna stir our kosher salt, dissolve it with the baking soda, and then we're gonna put our frozen shrimp in here. And yes, you can do this from frozen, which is very convenient and interesting because when we put the shrimp in the water, it's simultaneously going to defrost the shrimp and it's going to brine them and baking soda them at the same time. If your shrimp is not frozen, put a cup of ice cubes in here at the same time. We want to keep it cold. And there we go. We're just going to set this aside. It's cold. We don't need to put it into the fridge or anything like that. That would be stupid. I'm just going to take a look at these shrimp real quick. I'm going to poke them. They're pretty much defrosted and they've been in here. We probably don't want to leave them too much longer in the brine. So I'm going to go ahead and strain these shrimp out and let's start making the various ingredients for this. First off, we're going to make a marinade for the shrimp. 1 teaspoon cornstarch, 1 teaspoon Shaoxing wine, 1 teaspoon light soy sauce. There it is. Use a fork to stir it. Pour it on your shrimp. Use a spoon. Stir it into your shrimp. Okay, so we have our honey in there. We're gonna use a tablespoon of our black vinegar, a tablespoon of Shaoxing wine here, 4 teaspoons of our light soy sauce. So that means a tablespoon and a teaspoon because a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. I'm dissolving the honey into our sauce. Give that a taste. Delightful. Now we're gonna make a cornstarch slurry. So you use a tablespoon of water with a teaspoon cornstarch. So I'm mixing this in. We will have to remix this later because the cornstarch is gonna separate out from the water, so I'm just gonna leave the fork in there. The next thing we are going to do is to do our ginger and our garlic together. We need to cut our ginger into matchsticks. We're just going to thinly slice the garlic cloves that we have. So we'll slice these up. The smaller you cut garlic, the more potent it is because the act of cutting the garlic is what releases the chemical compounds that give it flavor. So I cut this kind of into a square because I'm going to be making these ginger planks and then cutting them into matchsticks. Now we have these lovely ginger matchsticks. Look at that. The next part is we need to take 6 of these scallions. We only want the scallion whites. We are not going to be using the scallion greens. All right, we're just going to put them in with the cashews because they're going to go in at the same time. And last thing we have to do is chop up some chilies. How I'm going to do this is I am going to seed these. I've got my trash here by cutting off the tops, shaking out the seeds, and then I'm going to cut each of these in half. So there we go. That's all of our Kung Pao chicken ingredients complete, or Kung Pao shrimp. I keep saying chicken because I'm used to saying Kung Pao chicken. So here we go. We're gonna turn this is gonna go very fast, guys. Wok, high heat. The wok is gonna heat up very quickly. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of oil to this thing. That oil is gonna smoke immediately. We're gonna add the Sichuan peppercorns, and we're going to do this for about 30 seconds. We're just trying to darken them and get them fragrant. But we don't wanna do this for too long. You can take it off the heat a little bit until you can smell them. I can smell them, we're done. Okay. Now the shrimp goes in with the marinade. Now we're gonna stir fry for about 3 minutes. We're not gonna cook the shrimp all the way through. You are gonna wanna learn how to toss with the wok because that is in fact how you cook with a wok. So it looks like it's almost cooked through, so I'm gonna get these out now. I'm gonna turn off the heat for just a second. I'm gonna wipe out the wok a little bit. Now we are going to put our aromatics in, our garlic and our ginger matchsticks. And we're just gonna get the oil infused and get these aromatics activated, maybe 10 seconds. You don't need a long time. Then we're gonna put our cashews and scallions in. Let's fry those up. So 30 seconds or so on that. We're gonna get our shrimp back in now. Mix it up, give it a couple of tosses. Okay, we're gonna pour our sauce in around the side of the bowl. This gives the wok hei flavor, and we're gonna thicken up the sauce with a little bit of cornstarch slurry that we had earlier. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this in, maybe about half of a tablespoon. And we're gonna let this boil and thicken. We want the sauce to be a little bit thicker. See, it's starting to get a little bit of a darker color. That's good, we're done. Boom, done. We got our Kung Pao Shrimp. So we have our shrimp. Has a nice snap, a nice crunch to it from the baking soda and the brine. You get the numbing sensation of the Sichuan peppercorns and the lemony flavor, as well as the sweetness of the honey and the crunch from the cashews. Just so nice.